As he says also in Hosea, I will call them my people who are not my people, and her beloved who are not my beloved. And it shall come to pass in that place where it was said to them, you are not my people, there they shall be called sons of the living God. Isaiah also cries out concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, the remnant will be saved. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because the Lord will make a short work upon the earth. And as Isaiah said before, unless the Lord of the Sabbath had left us a seed, we would have become like Sodom, and we would have become like Gomorrah. What shall we say then? That Gentiles who did not pursue righteousness have attained to righteousness, even the righteousness of faith. But Israel, pursuing the law of righteousness, has not attained to the law of righteousness. Why? Verse 32, because they did not seek it by faith, but as it were by the works of the law. For they stumbled at that stumbling stone. As it is written, behold, I lay in Zion a stumbling stone and a rock of offense, and whoever believes on him, Jesus, will not be put to shame. Paul uses Old Testament scriptures, quoting Hosea in verse 25, to back up his point about vessels of wrath and vessels of mercy, referring to the Gentiles as the ones who receive mercy, who are not part of God's people. The Hosea verses Paul's quoting also show God's love towards his unfaithful people, the Jews. If you read the book of Hosea, that is about God showing his faithfulness and love towards his unfaithful people. God opens the door of salvation wide for everyone, but still loves the Jews who are his elect, even the ones that have hardened themselves and oppose the promises of God. And I just read in verses 27 through 29, Paul quotes the prophet Isaiah about the real Jews are the ones who have trusted in Christ by grace through faith. These few Jews who believed in Jesus as their Messiah are part of the remnant. God did not irresistibly cause them to be a remnant, but those who have faith in Christ are part of God's remnant. Just like with Elijah, there's 7,000 who have not bowed their knee to Baal. There's a remnant. Those are the ones who trusted in God. God did not effectually make them trust in him. They, out of their own volition and will, humbled themselves and trusted in God. The concluding verses of 30 through 33 ties in once again of how God saves and who God saves. Salvation is by grace through faith, apart from the obedience of the law or Jewish lineage. And it's for everyone, Gentiles included, who believes. The Gentiles became righteous because they did not pursue righteousness by works of the law, but through faith. Israel missed the righteousness of God because they pursued it by works of the law and not by faith. They missed Jesus, the stone of stumbling, the rock of offense. They stumbled over him because of their unbelief. The veil of Moses blinded them to see Jesus as their Messiah. And the moment they believe in Christ, the veil is lifted away. But even in their stumbling, God hardened Israel to crucify Jesus so it would ensure the second Passover, which brought salvation to the world. And even in their hardening, God's promise will not fail. The Jews have not stumbled beyond recovery, Romans 11:11. God's promise to Israel has not failed, and God has not done away with Israel. If you keep reading in Romans chapter 10 and 11, which are all tied together, Romans 11:32 concludes pretty much the whole matter. It says, for God has shut up all in disobedience, so that he may have mercy on them all. That is God's purpose and future plan for Israel, to bring mercy to all, to be a blessing to all the nations of the earth. And Paul closes in a shout of praise. Oh, the depths of the riches of the wisdom and knowledge of God. How unsearchable his judgments and his paths beyond tracing out. God, you are so infinitely wise and powerful in fulfilling your promise, in which you desire and pursue all men, Jew and Gentile, to be saved. It's all a work of your grace through faith.